Well. It's been a long time since I've done a video like this. My name is Yamimash, and this is a Gears of War 3 gameplay on Mercy. And Gears of War 3 is my favourite shooting game, much more than Call of Duty or Halo or Battlefield. I've always played Gears of War, and I've always enjoyed Gears of War. And back in the day, I used to do a ton of content on this game. It was my main thing, Gears of War 3 videos and Gears of War 1 and 2 videos. Just lately I've kind of been going into other things, but with the imminent release of a game called Gears of War Judgment, it's coming out in about maybe 2 weeks now, I do plan on doing a bit more Gears content. So, in preparation, I thought I'd do a video where I'm just going to talk a little bit of what I thought of Gears of War Judgment, because I've played a bit. I've actually been down to the People Can Fly studios last week in Poland. They invited me over, and I also played a bit in an early access event in London 2 weeks ago. So I thought I'd just share my opinions and what I feel about Gears of War Judgment, what I saw, what I played, and also if I'm going to get the game or not. Now, before I get into it, this was a very good gameplay on Guardian. I actually haven't really played Guardian that much, and I'm playing with some of the ESS members. We've got Milky Milk, which is Moo Moo Milk, and Fireman, and I think I got a really nasty top of the head shot about 3/4 of the way in, so look out for that. It was on the leader as well, so I was very proud of myself. If you've never seen or heard Gears of War before, it's a third-person shooting game, and it's bloody fantastic. You get it on the Xbox 360, unfortunately. It's not a multi-platform, you can't get it on the PC. And Gears of War Judgment, like I said, is being released in a couple weeks, so if you like the look of this game, I do highly recommend picking up Judgment and giving it a go, because, well, I'm going to get into it in a second, but the Gears of War franchise is a really fun series of games. I do warn you, though, this game has a massive learning curve. It does take a while to get good at the game, and you may feel overwhelmed by a lot of the good players that will kill you a lot, so it's nothing like games like, I would say, Call of Duty, where even I'm pretty good at Call of Duty, and I don't play the game very often. It's much easier to get into those games. But anyway, here we go then. I'm going to tell you what I thought about Gears of War Judgment from what I've experienced. Now, when I was in London a couple of weeks ago, I was at an early access event, and I got to meet some of the developers of the game. I didn't really speak to them much. I did get interviewed, and I think that's on the Xbox Live dashboard, maybe? It might be on there. If not, it's definitely on YouTube. And I got to play a bit of the campaign, and the campaign is actually from, initially, Baird's point of view. Now, Baird's the main character. I know he was a very popular choice. Besides Marcus, Dom, and Coltrane, Baird's the only person who hasn't really had his storyline really developed. You didn't really get to learn much about him, so the cool thing is you get to finally see what happened during Baird as a lieutenant, before the Locusts destroy pretty much everything. This is initially right at the beginning of the war, so you get to see all the beautiful cities and the COG headquarters all in their prime, their physical prime, and it gets all smashed down by the Locusts. So you get to see citizens dying, you get to see cars crashing and burning and buildings falling down. It's really cool, actually. So it adds a sense of realism, in my opinion, to the game, because it does look like a real world that's just being destroyed before it gets post-apocalyptic kind of thing. So you start from Baird's point of view. It's a narration as a flashback because he's being captured, he's in court for using Locust weaponry, and it's him talking about his first mission as a lieutenant before he uses the Locust and during when he does use the Locust weaponry. And the cool thing I like about the campaign is a couple things. The main thing is the declassify missions. Now what these are is you're walking around, you'll see a Gears omen on the wall, it's glowing, you walk up to it and you press X and it'll say you can only use shotguns for the rest of this chapter. And you go, okay. And when you do that, of course, you can only use shotguns, and you'll get extra points when you kill the enemies, when you kill the Locusts. And you get points, they turn into stars, and when you unlock 3 stars, up to 3 stars, you unlock skins and special features, maybe characters. And of course, if you only get 2 stars, you probably wouldn't unlock anything, but it adds like replayability to it, because if you get 2 stars on one mission, maybe in a few days or later on you go, you know what, I want to get 3 stars on that mission, and you'll do it again. Of course the stars are different depending on the difficulty. I know it goes bronze, silver, gold, and then I think onyx stars, or something like that, so that's obviously like the easy, medium, hard difficulties. They have different names, I believe. I think it's like hardcore and other difficulties, but yeah, I like that, because it gives you something to fight for, whereas in the previous games you didn't have that, so it was just basically going from A to B and just getting through the game. And another thing about the campaign is it's different every time. There's a couple of times when I died, and then when I redid the chapter, it was entirely different. There was different enemies, they spawned in different locations, and this makes it a new experience every time. So they've really done themselves very good with the campaign. I never really was a campaign kind of guy. I generally play Gears of War, and I still will, for the multiplayer because I enjoyed that. But the campaign, in my opinion, is very good, and you'll see for yourselves. Also, you get to play from the point of view as other characters, because all the people in the court tell their point of views. I know there's this Russian guy with like a burnt face. I don't know what happened to him, a burnt face man reference. And yeah, I do quite enjoy that. Another thing they do, and this is another great thing, is they add in the overrun game type into the campaign. There was this part where it was on a like a fortress, and there was a beach, and the locusts like ride up in their ships and they try and break in. It's like Pearl Harbor or Saving Private Ryan or whatever, all over again. And it gives you like a minute to prepare, and you lay down turrets and gates and stuff. Actually, I don't think you lay down gates, you lay down turrets though. And yeah, that is awesome how they just changed the game types during the campaign. I really thoroughly enjoyed that feature. And there's lots of different weapons. There's the Bushka. I think that's like a sniper rifle with loads of like semi-automatic kinda. And then there's like this there's this new torque bow. I didn't really get to use it much, but it was basically a torque bow. And they there's like another different type of sniper rifle, and there was a like rocket launcher. They've added loads of new weapons. I didn't really use them much, so I can't really go into detail, unfortunately. One thing I don't like is the sword off having 2 shots. That's kind of annoying, to be honest with you. That's going to drive me crazy when I play multiplayer, definitely, when I get these guys using sword offs, using both shots. I mean, they miss one, bam, they get me with the second. Fucking fantastic. But anyway, let's get into multiplayer now. I played some of the overrun game type. That's defending and attacking. You attack as the Locust, you defend as the Cog. And I preferred attacking as the Locust because you get to unlock the bigger Locust characters when you earn enough points. When you get about 3,000 points, you can unlock the Corpser, the Serapede, and the Blood Mount. And the Blood Mount's pretty shit, don't use him. The Corpser's good, and the Serapede, in my opinion, is the best of them all. You get to shoot acid at people, it takes ages for you to die, and you get to electrocute people. It's a bloody ton of fun using the Corpse, and you slither around on the ground. It's really hard to get you, like hit you. So you're a big thing though, so be careful. Okay, I just kind of jinxed myself. Oh, it's hard to hit you, but you're big, so yeah, be careful. But anyway, Overrun was a lot of fun. Preferred attacking, like I said. When I played the Cog, I pretty much used the Soldier. He's the guy with the boom shot. I think that's Dom, or was it Coltrane? I think it's Coltrane, actually. And of course there's a Sniper, which is the Scout, there's an Engineer, and there's a Medic. And it's pretty cool having classes. I know it kind of feels like Call of Duty with classes, but that's only with these game types. Of course there's Team Deathmatch, and there's Free-for-All, and those, I'm very sure those don't have classes. I never played them, but it wouldn't seem like, why would they have classes in Team Deathmatch? Free-for-all, I do not know. So we got those back. Well, we got Team Deathmatch back, then they've added in Free-for-all, which I'm actually quite happy with. I like the idea of Free-for-all. I've actually mentioned it in the past when I was playing Wingman. I was like, they should do a Free-for-all type game type, but they finally have. Of course, they brought back Execution. I'm glad about that. It wouldn't feel like a Gears game without Execution, in my opinion, so thank God they did. So of course you got the reviving again, and the awesome executions you get to do, curb stomping people and beating them out with the pistol and ripping their arm off. The game itself, yeah, I enjoy it. I even enjoy the mechanical changes where you can just throw grenades left bumper and you change weapons with Y. And the reason is, instead of using the D-pad to change weapons, you just press Y and you can do it while roadie running. So you could be charging towards someone with a Lancer, just press Y, you swap to your shotgun instantly and you can just body them. Really cool, actually. So for my impressions of Gears of War Judgment, I didn't play a ton of it, but from what I have played, I don't see anything particularly wrong with it. I know there's a lot of people who are very skeptical about the game, who, you know, oh no, they've changed all these things, they've added in an extra shot to the sword off, they've added in free-for-all classes, it feels so much like Call of Duty. At the end of the day, if they kept it the same every time, it would just continue to be boring to me. I like the fact they've done quite a lot of changes, and at the same time it still feels like a Gears game. They haven't completely changed it, they've just done a few additional twists, and they do this every time to keep the game fresh and to obviously add the sense of enjoyment to it, because when it's a new mechanics and new maps and new features and game modes, it's a new experience and it's a lot of fun, and that's the reason why I'm going to pick up Gears Judgment, is because firstly it feels like Gears of War 3 with a load of different features and changes, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Gears of War 3. I enjoy all the Gears games. I even enjoy Gears 2, I enjoy Gears 1, and that's because I'm a diehard Gears fan. I love Gears of War, so I will be picking up Judgment. The thing is, I'm in PAX until the 25th, so I'm going to be playing this a good few days later than everyone else, so a lot of guys are going to get a head start over me in terms of leveling and unlocking things, and of course videos on YouTube. I know I haven't really been posting much Gears content, but when Judgment is released, I plan on posting some content on Judgment again. I may even start doing the top plays again eventually. I'll need a new layout for that. I probably want a better countdown and a new intro, since it will be Judgment. But yeah, hope you guys have been enjoying the content so far. If you're a Gears of War subscriber, I kind of apologise for the lack of Gears videos. I've only been doing the food challenges, and the reason is I just haven't really found it that interesting or fun to play. But when Judgment is released, I will have a newfound flame in my heart for Gears of War, so I'll be posting much more Gears content for you guys to enjoy. But anyway, thank you all for watching this video. Let me know what you think about Gears Judgment. Are you going to pick it up? And if you are, awesome. Might see you on the battlefield, might get to play some games with you guys. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all again very soon. Goodbye, everyone.